Hello, my friends and fellow VEDSies. It is September 24th, which means that I'm several days behind in VEDS at the moment. And that is what inspired today's video topic. That and something that just happened in my book club group chat. So my friends and I have been running a book club together since 2021. The first year we did it, it was all virtual, and then every year after that, it has been in person. For the first year, I mostly hosted, and in the intervening years, we've started to all take more turns hosting. Some of my friends have kids. We often will, work around kids or work around, their schedules with their partners and hobbies and classes and all of the things. But our meetings typically take place on the last Friday of every month. And in our group chat this week, someone was like, hey, so what are we doing on Friday? Who's hosting? Because this is going to be the last Friday of the month. I'm not going to be available, but I said that, if we do it next week, then I could host. But if we do it this week, I'm going to have to miss it because I have something else going on. And everyone else just started chiming in of I have one friend that's about to have a baby, and it's I don't know if I'll make it. And we're like, please don't come to book club here, do imminently. And I have other friends that are traveling or, need childcare or whatever. So someone joked we're back to just the four of us. Usually we're a group of about 7, but for ages, it felt like every month when we got together, our quorum was 4. It's sort of the most that we could get. And it was enough to still feel like a group and a good group discussion, but that's what we got. And I think that one of the successes of book club and one of the reasons that we're still doing it is because there's just not a lot of pressure to be perfect, to always read the book or to show up to every session. It's we create this standing appointment so that all of us can show up in the ways that we are able. And that means that for some people, that's always read the book, always show up, book club absolutely happening. And for some people, it's show up 2/3 of the time, half the time, read the book sometimes. We get together, we have good food, we chat. It's just an excuse to see each other. And VEDS, I talked about this last year, because for the last few years I haven't completed 30 days of VEDS, and I said VEDS is really, I think, more a commitment to our friendship as a group than it is about this individual project. But I also think that the only habits that I've ever been able to hang on to in any kind of meaningful way are the ones that have been flexible enough for me to say it is okay to skip a day. I know that for some people, a don't break the chain style habit tracking thing works for them, where it's the best way for them to stick with a habit is to just do it consistently every day, or the number of days that they've sort of planned out of I go to the gym 3 times a week, every week without fail. And that's the thing. Or they're I do this thing, I write, 500 words every day, and I don't break the chain. I make a thing, and that's, how they get into good habits. I find anytime I've tried to be that rigid about habits, I am the kind of person that is inclined to be broke the chain, I give up. But the habits that I've had the longest, walking, I try to go on a daily walk, but sometimes I miss a day. I journal. I don't know that I try to journal every day, but I, try to journal relatively often. I've been journaling since 2011. I have missed days. I have missed weeks, but I haven't missed years. It hasn't been a habit that I sort of stopped and came back to after years, which is absolutely true of some other hobbies or interests of mine. I do this thing where I'm I'm gonna be a jogger, and I jog a few times a week for a few weeks, and then I don't jog for a year. I think that, maybe we're inclined to just do what we want to do, and it's hard to build new habits, but I also think that for me the flexibility is kind of the point. And if I want to keep doing VEDS for years, and I do want to be doing VEDS for years, I think it's important for me to recognize that it is okay to do it imperfectly and to treat it more like book club, where it is this standing appointment, this invitation, and we show up in the way that we're able, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Graham's already talked this month about like how ambitious we all are, and certainly I know that we are a very ambitious group. For me, I often have like a certain caliber of video that I want to put out. I don't want every single day to be just a cell phone video or a 1-minute video of the beach, but actually, like, the whole reason that I started doing VEDS in the first place was the year that I saw like Tessa do all of VEDS on her phone or iPad, like just posting videos on Tumblr, and that made me go, oh, this is accessible enough. So maybe my standards are too high, and maybe my life is just busy. I'm a big grown-up person with a grown-up job and life and other priorities, but I will still show up the way that I'm able, just like I will show up for book club. Oh my god, by the time that it's book club, September will be over. Wow. Oh, this is the last weekend of VEDS. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I was gonna take weekends off this year for VEDS, and that would have been a really great plan, but I didn't do that, which means that I'm several days behind, and I might not catch up, and I always say I'm gonna film things in October, and I never do. So, we may, if we're lucky, be able to hit that 24 or 25 video count that I've managed for the last couple years, but regardless, I hope y'all have enjoyed this little update. It's nice to talk to you. Happy VEDS! It's been a good year. Like, a good year for VEDS, a good month of VEDS, however we want to say it. And my friends and fellow VEDSies, I will see all of you tomorrow. One take special, one take special. Am I gonna edit this? Maybe. I'll edit this bit in the end.